What's up, guys? Welcome back to Man Cave Collectibles. Coming at you today with another review. So today we've got something that I'm super excited about, something I've been anticipating for some time now, which is the Hulk versus Wolverine Maquette from Sideshow. So this is something I've had in my possession for a couple weeks actually. If you keep up with the channel, you've seen a recent toy haul video. I actually showed when I got this. Unfortunately, been a little under the weather here in the family this week, so I got a little behind on my review videos, putting out content, but we're back up and running now. Everybody's feeling better. So we're gonna get this out for you guys and do a review. As you can see here, we've got our Hulk 181, which is really, I think, probably the inspiration behind this statue. You can see here Hulk 181 is very reminiscent, that cover, Hulk, Wolverine meeting for the first time. This was the first time Wolverine appeared in Marvel Comics. I guess technically by CGC standards. He actually appeared in Hulk 180 in kind of the final panel, but this is the one everybody really looks for and wants. It is signed by Stan Lee, which is pretty cool. Stan Lee was not the creator of Wolverine, but having his signature on a Hulk book, I think, means a lot to me. So I'm really excited to have this as kind of a counterpart to one of my favorite all-time comic books. I think they could potentially look really good displayed together. So taking a look at our box here, on the front of the box, we do have the, I guess, a product image of the actual statue itself. I think it looks really good. It's a cool box. You can see kind of in the corners here, UPS was not kind to this box. They did not really take care of it. Typical UPS sometimes, but it made it to me, so I'm excited about that. We'll go ahead and just spin our box on around here so you guys can just kind of see, you know, really what the box art looks like. To me, I don't really care so much about the box. We got Wolverine on one side here, and then as you spin on around to the other side, you can see there that we do have Hulk on that side. But I pretty much just put these in storage and, you know, display the statues. That's what's important. So that's our box. Let's go ahead and we're going to jump on into the actual review of the statue. Alright guys, now that we got our big mammoth box out of the way, now we can go into our assembly. So what I want to show up, I'm going to throw up on the screen here some images of the actual contents of the box. So it comes kind of dual layered, 2 layers there in the styrofoam. I think really because our Hulk body is so massive, it is a really, really large Hulk body. Again, it's not quarter scale, and I'm not sure. I've read a lot of things online as far as, is this 6th scale or is it 5th scale? So we'll compare it to some 6th scale statues that I have, but I just wanted you guys to kind of see the layout of how this was in our styrofoam when it arrived. Let's go ahead and jump on into the assembly of our statue.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys. It sound right, boys.
Alright guys, so we got our statue assembled and I'm in awe. This is probably my favorite statue in my collection right now. Most of the statues I have about 5 or 6 quarter scale statues, and then I have some 6 scale statues that we have back here behind me. And this is just the most dynamic statue that I have. So it's not really going to necessarily fit in with really either my quarter scales or my 6 scales, but I don't really care. It's a homage to my favorite comic book cover probably of all the comic books in my collection, and I think they did a fantastic job. I've tried to throw up a side-by-side image here for you of Hulk 181 cover just so you can see them side by side, real nice. And you can see they did an excellent job. There was an exclusive version of this statue that actually had kind of that first appearance of Wolverine head sculpt with the older style mask, with that original style mask, as this is not the mask that he had on in the actual Hulk 181 comic book. It took him a little while to kind of get to this. This is more of kind of like the Jim Lee style is kind of the way I would describe this one. But as we go ahead and start looking at the details of the statue, we're looking at the ground here. We've got really a very large log that Hulk has stepped on and broken in half kind of in the midst of the battle. You can see where his feet, he's so powerful as he's moving, he's just uprooting the ground, cracking the ground. They've done just a fantastic job of really portraying the power of Hulk when he moves. You can definitely see on that back foot there where he's just digging into the ground to kind of get his wits about him in order to take on Wolverine. As we move on up to Hulk's feet, they did a fantastic job here on his feet. His toenails are very detailed. The skin actually has a little bit of a texture to it, so it's not just just a glossy or a really smooth skin. It actually has some texture and actually wrinkling veins. They did a fantastic job on it. As you continue to move up to his kind of iconic purple pants, we've got seams there in the thigh area. They're ripped and torn from obviously him hulking out. And one of the things we do know about the Hulk is the madder he gets, the bigger he gets. So those pants are going to continue to stretch and tear as he continues to get angrier fighting Wolverine. You can see here a little bit of like his shirt where it's ripped. It's kind of thrown over the top of the pants there. Looks really good. The musculature and the detail on this guy is phenomenal. They just nailed every fiber of muscle, it seems like, that you could put on a Hulk. Veins here in the arms, moving on up, just you can actually see muscle fiber and veins throughout his back area and his traps. Just really fantastic. Those muscles just really ripping and flexing there in the front. As we move on up, we've got a face sculpt that is amazing. The teeth look awesome. They actually put kind of a glossy color paint on the teeth. And obviously he's screaming, he's very angry, taking on Wolverine. Now Wolverine, as we look at him, he's got his boots that we are very accustomed to. They do have kind of a leathery look to them in some areas, and others they do have a texture along the black area there. His suit also has texture. The yellow portion, the blue portion here is more gloss and kind of a smooth paint there. Real nice tiger stripes in there, and you can actually see a little bit of differentiation between the suit and the tiger stripe. The suit again has that texture, and the tiger stripe is more of a kind of a flat or smooth black. Up on what I would consider his pauldrons, I guess you could say, here on his shoulders, they are very dinged up and damaged, probably from his time in the wilderness, being out there fighting whatever he was fighting, bears and different things like that. Same thing here on his arms. You got a little bit of hair. The hair is somewhat sculpted in on the arms. Looks really nice. Got a nice little kind of a brownish color to them. Musculature looks really good. You can see the veins, those biceps really just ripping through there with the little bit of veins on them. Looks really nice. I like the detail they did on his arms, as well as his gloves and his claws. The claws are kind of a shiny chrome. Probably something you'd want to be very careful with. I can't tell what material those are, if those are the same material as what Hulk and Wolverine are actually sculpted in, or if it's more like a plastic. But they do kind of have a fragile feel to them, so I would imagine it wouldn't take very much to probably pop one of those off and have an issue. And then, as we discussed earlier, he's kind of got that 90s Jim Lee style cowl, gritting his teeth. Just a phenomenal piece here by Sideshow. Very happy that I went ahead and picked this up. I missed it on the first time around, so I'm very thankful to have it on this second time around. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the exclusive. Again, I would have liked to have that exclusive head sculpt for Wolverine, but that may be something I may could even pick up on the aftermarket. Let's go ahead and we'll bring in a couple statues for you guys just so you can see kind of a size or scale comparison between a 6 scale statue as well as a 1/4 scale statue. So you can see what I mean. This one seems to kind of fall in between the two. So we'll go ahead and I'll grab a few statues now. All right, guys, so we got a couple statues here for you just to be able to see kind of the comparison with size. This is a 6 scale Kotobukiya here, Wolverine. This is probably still one of my favorite all-time statues in my collection. Fetches a pretty nice penny on the aftermarket as well, the secondary market. Kind of hard to come by, but I picked this up. It was one of the first statues that I did purchase when I started kind of collecting statues some years ago. And but what you can see here is he is smaller than our Wolverine here. However, at the same time, this is a 1/4 scale Cyclops, and if you really look at his scale, even in comparison with the Hulk here, he's pretty close to the same size. Not mass-wise, not bulk-wise. Obviously, Hulk has got a lot more mass and bulk. But if I were to stand these two up side by side, by eyeballing it, Cyclops is almost going to probably be the same height as Hulk, or at least very close to it. So that tells us we're not a 1/4 scale, we're not a 6 scale, and I think we fall right in that 1/5 scale. If you know, drop it in the comments below if you have an opinion on what scale you think this Hulk statue is. But let me know what you guys think of the statue here. Is it something, do you have it? I had a couple guys comment on my haul video saying that they did have this statue and really liked it. But let me know. I'd like to know what you guys are collecting out there as well. For me, I think it's probably going to go down as one of my favorite statues in my collection, if not my favorite statue in my collection. Just something I've really been wanting, and glad I was finally able to pick it up at retail price and not have to pay a secondary market price for it. Hit that like button if you guys enjoyed this review video. Got more videos to come. We got a toy haul, comic book haul video that'll be coming over the next couple days, so be on the lookout for that. Plenty of reviews coming on the way as well. I've got the NECA Krang will be here very soon. I think they're speaking on that, or it's looking like USPS is saying Friday. So we'll have a review on NECA Krang here very soon. So be on the lookout for that. Leave a comment down below. What do you think of this? What do you think of anything? You guys can talk about whatever you want in the comment section. I always do my best to try to get back with you and hold that conversation. I enjoy it as well. If you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing. We'd love to have you as part of the Man Cave Collectibles team. Hope you guys have a good rest of your week. Until next time.